Yo guys, welcome to One Man Band, 1MB. Today I'm going to record a song that I like really much from a movie that I like really much. It's called Tarzan and the song is Son of Man by Phil Collins. That's an amazing song. I'm going to play every instrument. I am not best at any instrument. No way. But with some nice skills in the studio program Logic X and decent skills, I'm going to create this. And I'm going to let you follow through when I do it.
All the power to be strong and the wisdom to be wise. All these things will come to you in time.
So I'm gonna be talking about the song and how it's built and where every little particle in the song and what I can hear and what I want to add to make it sound as much as the original as possible. And I want to have the same drive as the original. And so to do that, you gotta just listen to the song a million times and really start thinking about the details of every sound. Okay, what is way far back in the left ear and what is far back in the right ear. And as soon as you get all these particles and all these parts, you can start recording them. And the main problem people do when they're recording their new songs is they lay down a piano, a guitar, a bass, drums, and they're like, oh, it sounds so dull, it sounds so boring. And that is, in my opinion, about the details. So if you add these little tiny details like this, I'm gonna show you. So in this song, there's this arpeggiated little thing. So I added that. And there's also something that I actually really like. I just gotta find it because I haven't. And these are panned, so one is here far out right and one is far out left. Quite a bit much reverb just to build this soundscape in this song. And when you got the whole part, it's not even like there, just a little bit, but it gives so much to the bigger picture. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification so you won't miss a video. I release one video every week with a new song. That's gonna be amazing. Anyways, follow me on TikTok, maybe Instagram if you like. So that's it guys. Now you know what we're about to do today. I'm gonna be starting off by laying down some keyboards and pianos. So you're gonna join me on that. I like to start laying down everything on just an electric piano and then I change the sound afterwards. And after I have laid down the some backing pianos and some pads, then I usually put on some guitars and I put on a couple of instruments before I go to the drums, so I have something, not just a click, but I also want the parts so I know when I'm gonna do which fill and everything like that. So that's why I always recorded pianos, guitars, sometimes bass as well before I do drums. Yeah, that's the guitars for the verse. I'm gonna be putting on the guitars for the rest of the song as well. When I'm done with the song, I'm going to go through the sounds that I've added so you can see exactly what kind of sounds and how I structured my project. So that's gonna be fun to go through. I think it's time to lay down maybe I'll lay down the congas before I do the drums. I think that's a good idea. Yeah. So now, as I said, I'm gonna lay down the cajon congas because these this instrument is such an important part of this song. So I'm just gonna record this, and you're gonna hear right now what it sounds like. So the time has come to lay down some basic drum tracks, drum rolls, I don't know what it's called, but I'm gonna play drums. And I'm not the tightest drum player, so I have to quantize whatever MIDI signal I get in later on. But I want to get the feeling of me playing it for real. And it does make a difference if you play it like this than if you just write it in the studio program. So if you can, and if you have some feeling for this drum thing, then you should record your drums like this. I'm not the best drumming player, but I'm good enough to do this. So let's go. So guys, we got the important parts of the song, and now I'm gonna try to lay some lead vocals, and then I will build my harmonics around the lead vocals. I like to work like that, because that gives me a lot better feel for how I'm gonna lay down the harmonics. So let's go. Oh, the power to be strong, and the wisdom to be wise. All these things will come to you in time. And the power that you did in this journey that you're making, your blessings that you'll see. On this journey that you're making, there'll be answers that you'll seek. But it's you who climb the mountain, it's you who reach the peak. Son of man, look to the sky. Lift your spirit, set it free. Someday you walk tall with pride. Son of man, amen. In time you'll be. Sounds good. Don't be afraid to do this 10 times. Do the verse 10 times. Be sure that you are satisfied with the main vocals, the lead vocals, and the recording you have. Then you can start working on what effects you're gonna use, if you're gonna auto-tune it or auto-correct it, anything. But lay down a good starting lead vocal. That's the key. The better you sing, the easier it gets, and the better it sounds. So guys, time to go through the project quickly. First things first, I like to, as you see here, I like to add folders in Logic. Easy as hell. You just right click, and then you press create track stack and use folder. That way you don't have to have your full project open like this, because this is super hard to navigate through. So put them in folders and close the folders you're not working in. And now we're gonna do a super quick thing. We're gonna be super quick with going through this. So first thing first, the intro. I took 5 different instruments, and I recorded this, and then I bounced all those tracks in place in Logic, and then I added the effects on all of the tracks in one on the sound file that I created. That's the intro, and in the piano folder I got some violins in the ending. I'll just go from top to bottom. Violins in the ending, in the here. I added violins there because there are violins there in the original. On the intro thing, I also have I added steel string guitar and some keys and a xylophone above this sound file I created with the effects. So this is what it sounds like. I also added bells. So there are 8 different sounds, but together it sounds like just sounds good. That's the main reason we do these kind of things. So, well, let's go to the next one. I added some depth in the verse by using these keyboards, and I wanted it to fill out some space in the song that I thought were missing some kind of depth, so I added this. Super easy. And I already showed you these tiny details, the arpeggiated stuff and the little melody that is playing in the background. So you know that. That's it for the keys and the pianos. Let's go over to the drums. Drums are easy in this song. It's just a regular drum kit. And then I added a shaker. Also super easy. And then the congas I recorded. And I recorded 2 tracks. I put one far out left, one far out left, one far out right. Because I really like how it sounds, that's it. In the break part I added these cool, this with a lot of reverb. And I played it all on the little drum set I have, the digital tabletop drum. Cool, that's it for the drums, guys. Guitars are the easiest thing. You just cut some bass from the guitar, record it with a microphone or just plug it in, remove some bass, record 2 guitar tracks, put one left ear, one right ear. You always get a good sounding guitar. And in this song I used the upright bass from Logic X because my bass is currently not at home because I borrowed somebody has borrowed it. So I had this. In this song, it's just digital bass, but it sounds good, you know. It's not, you don't have to put so much thought into it. Just make sure this thing sounds good as a whole, right? Good. Then over to the vocals. This is where it gets a little heavier, not super heavy, but this is what I got. Let's see. I've added the main vocals in a folder. And the main vocals is just simple as hell. Sounds like this.
Strong and the wisdom to be wise. All these things will come to you in time.
Compressed with a compressor from Logic X, super good. I put on some delay and some reverb, and then I bust it out to another reverb, just to give it a little more space. So it sounds like that.
Power to be strong and the wisdom to be wise.
Harmonics. That's where I have my harmonics. I am also super simple. Don't make it so tough for yourself.
Power to be strong.
So if you look at the EQ, same thing for all of the channels. I just took away a lot of bass on the harmonics, and then on the folder track or the summing track, the folder, I put some reverb and also some EQ. You can see how I EQ this. And then harmonics is all about working on your feel for harmonics, how you sing it, and the right kind of, building nice chords with your voice. You can hear. Listen here.
And in teaching you will learn. You find your place beside the ones you love. And all the things you dreamed of, the visions that you saw. Well, the time is drawing near now. It's yours to claim it all.
It's actually just two kinds of two different melodies, or two different harmonies, but in 2 octaves. That's all I did, and it does sound super good. So just make it simple. Don't make it too much. So that's it, guys. Comment below if you want to know something specific about the song and how I mixed it. I mastered this on a website called Lander. I use it a lot for demo projects or for YouTube. It's an online mastering plugin, kind of, and it's actually super good for smaller things like this. Maybe you don't release a full album with mastered there, but it's so good and easy to just master it there and have a track that sounds decent enough. to show your friends or put on YouTube or whatever. So that's it. Over to the song.
Oh, the power to be strong and the wisdom to be wise. All these things will come to you in time. In this journey that you're making, there'll be answers that you'll seek. But it's you who climb the mountain, it's you who reach the peak. Son of man, look to the sky, lift your spirits, set it free. Someday you are told the pride. Son of man, how many times you'll be. Though there's no one there to guide you, no one to take your hand, but with faith and understanding, you will journey from boy to man. Son of man, look to the sky, lift your spirits, set it free. Someday you are told the pride. Son of man, how many times you'll be. In learning you will teach, and in teaching you will learn. You'll find your place beside the ones you love. Oh, and all the things you dreamed of, the vision that